Today, I want to talk about deaf and hard of hearing children learning sign language, later English. The topic I picked is about deaf children learning American Sign Language, later spoken English. What I know is, I know it was just a myth. The reason why is because language is not adequate to what the deaf child having what to like doing their signing or what they speak. According to a neuroscientist, Dr. Laura Ann Petito, it was a different brain cells from a deaf child. What I know is that American Sign Language does not help a deaf child when they're doing a tantrums. It was just a myth, and the reason why is because American Sign Language wouldn't help a deaf child when they're doing some kind of a tantrums, which is exactly why the parents of a deaf child were involved and having a hard time raising a deaf child who was like out of control, and they're getting a little worried, like what's gonna happen to them if they don't get help. What they do is they find some kind of an interpreter to help the parents of a deaf child to understand what 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 their deaf and hard of hearing children are trying to say. It's like taking them to the psychologist. It's like they took him to like a place like a therapist. They put on the headphones on a deaf child, and they do like a some kind of a noises, and they put on the little things like putting blocks on them, but they tell them like which hand left or right though of what they hear from their ears. And sometimes it can be complicated because they have their little hearing is different to from the hearing children. And explain to them that to the parents that their child is deaf. And sometimes they have to learn to accept that, even though it's going to be very hard at first, and they're trying. What I know is deaf parents don't teach their deaf children, ASL. The reason why is because they get it from interpreters. What they do is that what they write tell our stories to them in ASL, like the stories when they chat with them, and they're and playing games with them, and so on. What I know is that also another myth that there is no such thing as baby sign language. Every, I heard that there's a baby sign language, but it turns out it does not exist. For example, I see a person doing the sign for milk, which is this, but it turns out a sign for milk on baby signs, but it's the same thing as American Sign Language or ASL. The only thing existed is other languages in sign language like French, Spanish, or any different language, but baby sign language does not exist at all. It's not. Even a person want to sign please, but it's the same as American Sign Language. what I know also is that they don't. Another myth is that sign language is only for deaf people and nonverbal people. But no, it's not. It's a myth. Sign language is for everybody, everybody in the world. The reason why is that is explain why they have some kind of they have a American Sign Language classes in schools. They even also not just schools, also on websites or on social media sites to see what that word means in sign language. It's important because so you can understand what the deaf people are trying to say, not just deaf and hard of hearing children. That's what the hearing people, like hearing people, had to learn what the deaf people are trying to say by moving their hands. Like what does that mean? It's very important, and keep practicing too, so they can understand and communicate what the person is trying to say, and get socialized with them too. And another thing is for deaf child, what is true is that it takes time. It takes time to do the sign, do the do moving their fingers or their hands before they can start it talking, like their vocals, like their lips or their tongue. It takes a little time for the parents to have them the deaf babies to understand. It's kind of like a hearing child to understand what a child is trying to say, even though they don't talk yet. Sometimes they'll say like the words like what they're trying to say. It sometimes a deaf baby has to do early by moving their fingers or their hands to what they're trying to say before they can start talking. And and that is how I know about deaf children learning American Sign Language, later spoken English, was nothing but a myth. It's nothing but a myth.